The F-117 Nighthawk was the world's first operational stealth aircraft, a machine that changed the nature of modern air warfare. Developed in total secrecy by Lockheed's famous Skunk Works division during the late 1970s, it was designed with one purpose in mind: to penetrate heavily defended enemy airspace, evade radar detection, and deliver precision strikes against the most valuable targets. Unlike previous fighter jets, which relied on speed, agility, or heavy armament for survival, the F-117 depended entirely on stealth. Its unusual faceted design, strange angular surfaces, and radar-absorbing materials made it appear more like a futuristic spacecraft than a traditional jet, but those features were exactly what gave it near invisibility against radar detection. The story of the F-117 began after the Vietnam War, where American aircraft suffered heavy losses from radar-guided surface-to-air missiles. The U.S. Air Force realized that future wars would demand an aircraft that could strike deep into enemy territory without being seen. Lockheed's Skunk Works, led by the legendary engineer Ben Rich, used advanced computer modeling and Russian radar theory to create an aircraft shape that would scatter radar waves instead of reflecting them back to enemy receivers. The result was a radical design, a flying diamond made of flat panels, with no curves and sharp angles. This made the aircraft extremely difficult to detect on radar screens, though it also meant the plane was aerodynamically unstable and needed advanced fly-by-wire computers to keep it in the air. The F-117 was a single-seat, twin-engine aircraft powered by two General Electric F-404 turbofan engines. These were mounted deep inside the fuselage and vented through special exhaust ducts to reduce its infrared signature. Its fuselage was coated with radar-absorbing material that further reduced detection chances. The cockpit was designed for night missions, giving the pilot clear visibility in low-light environments and featuring advanced navigation and targeting systems. Its armament was limited to two internal weapon bays, capable of carrying precision-guided munitions such as the GBU-27 Paveway 3 laser-guided bomb. Unlike other jets of its era, the F-117 carried no guns and had no air-to-air capability. It was not designed to dogfight or intercept enemy aircraft. Its mission was surgical strike, not air superiority. The F-117's first flight occurred in 1981, and it entered service in 1983 under strict secrecy. For years, the aircraft was hidden from public view, operating out of remote bases in Nevada. Rumors of a mysterious, black jet began to spread among aviation enthusiasts, who nicknamed it the Wobblin Goblin, because of its odd, unstable appearance in flight. It wasn't until 1988 that the U.S. government officially acknowledged its existence, and when photos were finally released, the world was stunned. The jet looked like nothing else in the skies, a dark, triangular predator with sinister lines and a shape optimized not for aerodynamics but for stealth. The Nighthawk first saw combat in 1989 during Operation Just Cause in Panama, where it was used to bomb key command centers. But it was during the 1991 Gulf War that the F-117 truly earned its reputation. On the first night of Operation Desert Storm, Nighthawks flew deep into Iraqi territory, striking the most heavily defended targets in Baghdad, including command bunkers, communication centers, and government buildings. While other aircraft faced dense radar and missile defenses, the F-117 slipped through undetected. They flew only about 2.5% of the total missions during the war, yet they accounted for nearly 40% of all strategic targets destroyed. The fact that not a single Nighthawk was lost during those missions demonstrated the incredible effectiveness of stealth technology and confirmed that the future of aerial combat belonged to aircraft that could not be seen. The jet returned to action in later conflicts, including the 1999 Kosovo War, where it struck Serbian targets. However, during this campaign, one F-117 was shot down by a Serbian surface-to-air missile, making it the only Nighthawk ever lost in combat. The shootdown proved that stealth was not total invisibility and that under certain conditions, radar operators could detect the aircraft. Nevertheless, the aircraft continued to perform with distinction, playing a major role in the 2003 Iraq War during the Shock and Awe campaign. Its ability to deliver precision strikes on leadership and infrastructure targets made it one of the most valuable assets in the U.S. Air Force's arsenal. Despite its revolutionary design, the F-117 had limitations. It was subsonic, with a top speed of only Mach 0.92, slower than many fighters of the 1960s. Its range was limited, requiring mid-air refueling for longer missions. It carried only 2 bombs at a time, making it less versatile than larger bombers. It also had no onboard radar, relying instead on advanced infrared and laser targeting systems. For self-defense, it depended entirely on stealth. If detected and pursued, it had no way to fight back against enemy aircraft. These limitations meant that as technology advanced, the Nighthawk would eventually need replacement. By the early 2000s, the more advanced F-22 Raptor was ready to take over the stealth strike and air superiority role, and the upcoming F-35 Lightning II promised even greater versatility. In 2008, the U.S. Air Force officially retired the F-117 after 25 years of service. However, not all of them were scrapped. A number of Nighthawks remain in flyable condition, stored at the Tonopah Test Range in Nevada. They are occasionally seen flying in the skies, often for testing new technologies or providing stealth training for other pilots. Their continued use adds to the jet's mystique, keeping it alive long after its official retirement. The F-117's legacy cannot be overstated. It was the first aircraft to prove that stealth was not just a theory but a combat-proven advantage. Its success influenced the design of the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber, the F-22 Raptor, and the F-35 Lightning II. It forced adversaries to rethink air defense strategies and triggered a global race to develop counter-stealth technologies. The Nighthawk showed that the future of warfare lay not in faster or heavier planes but in those that could operate unseen. It marked a turning point in military aviation, introducing the world to the era of stealth. The aircraft itself also became a cultural icon. Its sinister, futuristic appearance made it a star in documentaries, magazines, and airshows after its declassification. Aviation enthusiasts admired its radical design, while its combat record made it a symbol of American technological superiority. Though no longer in frontline service, it continues to inspire engineers, historians, and military strategists. In technical terms, the F-117 was 66 feet long with a wingspan of 43 feet. It had a maximum range of around 1,070 miles without refueling and could fly as high as 45,000 feet. Its 2 internal weapon bays could carry precision-guided munitions, allowing it to destroy hardened bunkers or key infrastructure with minimal collateral damage. The aircraft's black paint scheme, optimized for night operations, only added to its intimidating aura. Pilots who flew it often described it as challenging to handle due to its unstable aerodynamics, but they also recognized it as one of the safest aircraft in combat thanks to its stealth. Advantages. From its secret beginnings in the Nevada desert to its combat debut over Baghdad, the F-117 Nighthawk carved out a unique place in aviation history. It was not the fastest jet, nor the most maneuverable, nor the most heavily armed. Yet it was arguably the most influential, because it introduced an entirely new philosophy of air combat. By proving that invisibility could be more powerful than speed or firepower, the Nighthawk changed the way wars were fought and shaped the design of every stealth aircraft that followed. Though retired, the jet remains an icon of innovation, secrecy, and dominance, a machine that will forever be remembered as the aircraft that made the skies fall silent to radar.